Hello there, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Rao. I am a internal medicine physician who practiced around 42 some years and now running a online wellness company called BA PAL, uh, where we provide services for burnout for the physicians and nurses and stress for the IT professionals and servant leadership, and also, I run some wellness club for people to really uh, concentrate on their wellness. Working that many years in illness-oriented health systems, I'm convinced that we are not doing enough for the preventive aspect of it, and also really not teaching people about how to be well proactively. They go to the doctor, they go to the hospital when they are sick. That's fine, we can do that. But then, is there a way that we could keep them healthy and away from the these clinics and hospitals because it's lots of times it can be done like that. I'm an example of that. I have not seen a regular doctor in years. You may say your doctor can take it. Yeah, more than being a doctor, being a lifestyle according to the ancients that really helped me. So you combine both modern medicine and ancient wisdom to be well. That's my point. And you don't have to be religious about it, or you don't have to change your religion or your faith or whatever, but just understand the lifestyles according to the ancients, near the nature, and do everything naturally, and also be commonsensical, right? So there's a lot to say about that. How we have developed technology to improve lots of comforts, lots of things outside. Some of them are really detrimental to the health also, like furniture that we sit in is not good. So I kind of very much committed now to promote proactive wellness. That means you are doing things everyday basis, how to be well, and also enjoy life. Okay, not just survive, just take the medications and stay without any energy, any vitality, not able to do anything, right? So uh, I live that life and I'm promoting that life, and I'm kind of helping people to really come out of the suffering, whatever kind it is. So in these hours that I'm going to spend on the social media with this label, feel better with me. You can bring your problem, or you can do a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, any of those. We will engage you, and then do the best you can do. If I don't know, I'll go and learn it. And then if you know a better way of life, tell me, and I'll adopt it too. So it's kind of helping people to go towards the wellness. Don't wait the problems to develop or get into complications, but do something that you'll be happy that you have done that, and you saved your energy, your time, and money, and the suffering also, right? So, uh, in these talks, I want to give you some insights about one particular insight, like smoking is the uh, smoking. No, I'm sorry. Sitting is the new smoking. That's the insight. We have been telling people don't smoke. It's not good, but now I think don't sit, it's not good for you, especially in a chair for a long time, prolonged time. So many people understand, I think they are getting up and walking, or they are using desk that raise, or they are sitting on the floor. I would recommend, if you could do, if you have no problem with sitting down on the floor, practice that like half an hour in the morning, and then maybe a few minutes in the evening, something like that. So the longer you sit on the floor in the morning, the easier the tensions relieve. Okay, it may be difficult, so don't attempt it for too much. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like that. Or just avoid prolonged sitting and get up and walk this way in the same room. You can do that. Actually, you have these new apps and new phones or bands. I'm wearing a data band. I used to have uh, Apple Watch. I still have that, but then this one registers a lot more than so. Is a day band, I think this name is. They were coming at a bargain, like a price. New people are beginning to know what it can do. I bought four watches: one for me, one for my wife, and two for my children. Okay, they are all enjoying recording. Not doing the steps and all that. That's fine, but then you can get your oxygen saturation, your heart rate and blood pressure continuously monitored, and you can get the record of it on your iPhone app and all. So this, I'm not endorsing this particular brand. Anything like that device that you could research and find out whether it's a good thing or not, and then monitor your progress. Okay, this can remind you that you are sitting there for a long time, and it can warn you, get up, get up every hour or so, that kind of thing. Okay? So today's insight is sitting is the new smoking, right? So now the second segment is we will talk rather deeply about a particular subject, and then we could talk about this. Why is this sitting is so prevalent in our culture anywhere, so now there's nothing like eastern culture, western culture, they're all meshed up, everything is swept away by the western culture. So addressing the problems with the sitting is important, right? What it is we kind of occupy ourselves with doing stuff. When we are doing, we don't remember who we are. We forget, and then we kind of engross ourselves in the. So the mind is used too much, right? And then you have no awareness of what's going on with you. So that's a not good thing, obviously. But if you look at the industry of entertainment, how much energy goes into that? How many times you are going to the movie and sitting down enjoying the theater, or you are going to the stadium and watching the somebody play. Instead of watching, you play physically. That's better for you. So all this really makes body get stationary. That's the problem. Okay, when you have so much fluid that you need to circulate, when you settle down, it kind of stationary too. That's not good at all. Circulation of the fluid, blood, plasma, all this going through all the organs is very important. Like for example, we do the aerobic exercise, right? So what happens with the aerobic exercise? Our heart beats faster, and then what is happening is we kind of perfuse all the organs with the fluid, with the blood. So fresh blood, fresh oxygenation, all that makes us feel really good. The euphoria we get when you do so much of aerobic exercise. And if you take what is happening with entertainment is we are engaging our mind and we are not engaging our body. Body sitter, that's exactly opposite to the healthy formula. What is the healthy formula? Move your body and keep the mind silent. We are doing the opposite. That's why sitting is such a, and it has become more because there is more and more creativity about creating more channels, more entertainment channels, a lot of things, but they are not really enlightening people. They kind of take them in the same rut and then spoil their minds and get influenced by some things and all that. So, all in all, the entertainment industry is promoting not active life but sitting life. That's what you want to watch. So, it used to be that you have a day of work that could be physical work, and a lot of it is physical work. And then at the end of the day, you're relaxed with an hour's TV watching. But now 365 days, all the channels coming. So think about that, and then be aware of how much time you're spending on the screen time. The apps and the iPhone, they give you how much screen time you are doing per day or per the week or whatever. Then you can control it. Okay, people don't pay attention to how significant this is. Prolonged sitting is very bad because you can have varicose veins, you can have spinal edema, foot edema, and you can have, that is dependent edema. But if you have organs failure like a kidney, liver, heart, and all that, you will have more of that. Okay, and then you, the deep venous thrombosis that is enhanced by this, and also immobility of the joints. So you get arthritis, arthralgia, and all that. And of course, I told you the engaging the mind in all sorts of nonsensical, you accumulate a lot of dirt in your mind. Even movement of all the time is not good. Instead, use the mind for creative purposes and then let it rest most of the time. The more you rest the brain, the better it works for other things, right? So, all in all, this is like a really lot. Now, we'll come to the next segment, what I call ancient wisdom for the modern life. Okay. What did they do? They kind of sat in lotus pose. Why? Because they wanted to shut the superficial mind and go and find out who they really are. That's called tapas, practice, right? And then they were kind of calming the superficial mind and going to the deep wisdom and connecting with the universal wisdom, right? That is yoga. But they sat on the under the tree on a stone, or they climbed the hills, and they made their way through the forest through too many difficulties. All that gave them an intelligence that they were able to live long physically, but well, and also they were able to enjoy life and really experience as the bliss that happens with this kind of tapas I told you, sitting down and going into meditative awareness, and through that discovering the answers to universal questions, right? They were ecstatic in that way. Even now, if you do those practices, you become ecstatic. Your mind will calm down, and then you will be ecstatic because you are touching places beyond the thought that are really wise. That is the ancient wisdom of being natural, sitting down, and really sitting down in a posture that is promoting circulation, venous circulation, lymph circulation, the lotus pose, okay, or sukhasana, the other one, or vajrasana, this is diamond pose. All these different variety of sitting poses are practiced normally because this furniture and all those things may not be there, or they are there, but even though back support is not there, they are sitting erect and all that. So that is the culture where when you are moving on the foot because you don't have the vehicles and all that. And then so they walked from one city to other city, like thousands of miles just to walk. But if they have to sit down, that is, they are sitting down in these postures that promote venous return to the heart. Okay, so think about that. So that is the ancient wisdom for modern life I'm talking about today. Now, the fourth segment I want to do is, if anybody wants to have an actionable wellness tip, you can pose me question, then I will try to answer my best of my ability. But today, I will tell you, if you sit down, have a back support chair that is ergonomic. Everybody is doing that. All the companies want to save the backs of the employees so that they can save the money. So they're always investing in back support chairs. Um, what your actionable wellness tip I could tell today is, sit down on the floor at least few minutes to half an hour every day and see how it changes everything. Your arthritis will be better, but your hip flexors will be better, walking will be better, going upstairs will be better and all. But don't do it all of a sudden. If you are used to sitting in chairs for long years, you will suffer. Okay, just do a few minutes maybe, and then go from there. Okay, so this is what I want to do in this hours, but I kind of get time to talk to you. I want to make you feel better. Just because I'm coming on, I'm talking about some issues. And if you have problems, we talk about it. If you have educational needs, we will do that. If you want to contribute because you have a better experience about the sitting, please come up and share with me. Okay. So that's how I want to do these hours that I come up on the social media and make sure that people are really at least some feeling better because they associated with me. So it's not that I have all the answers. It is just that I want to uh, attempt wellness tips for people that are actionable, and also really understand what is the bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science. Once you understand that, how science is telling you inactivity is not good, sedentary life, don't do that, right? But how many people are drawn into that? How many forces are acting against it? Think about that. Then you can make a reminder on the watch and say, get up every 1 hour or every half an hour, and then just walk around your desk and come and sit down. That's enough. But it's a question of making the body get used to this comfort of sitting down, and that is a veiled threat for your longevity, your lifespan. So, yoga and Ayurveda had an explanation for this. See, among the energies that we have, there are three types: tamas, rajas, and sattva, right? Tamas is something lazy, retiring, taking it easy. It's not really good energy when you are working, right? When you are resting, obviously you need to go into that, that's fine. But when you are resting and sleeping, that's okay. But when you do it, when you have to be active, that's not good. Prolonged sitting and also comfortable sitting and then leaning back and all that, they promote this tamas energy. And that's why creature comforts is something I want people to take a look at it and get rid of the elevators. If you can go by stairs, do that. Walk on the corridors or walk on the blocks around your house. Go to the nearest market if it is walkable distance. Don't take the car. Just go there if the weather permits. And also make a habit of walking after the meal. Just a few blocks that will be good enough. Okay, these kind of things are very common, simple things, but once your body gets used to that creature comfort, it craves for it. And then it builds on itself, and you go more and more lazy, more and more fat accumulation, and all that. Okay. So, active life, that's enlightened life, is ideal way. Active life of getting up in the morning with a mission or with some purpose, or maybe three things I want to do, and then do them in an active style where the body is moving, but your mind is not going all over. It is only focused on what you are doing. If you can do that through the day, body will be tired, mind is relaxed, and then you go to sleep, you'll have a wonderful sleep. I hope that makes sense. So today's thing is, sitting is the new smoking, and we need to examine how much time we are sitting and what is it doing to our body, and then how you can reverse it to practical tips of getting up. Maybe use a alarm, something to tell you everyone will get up and walk. That kind of thing, right? Um, I am really going to enjoy this because this way I can feel like I'm giving something practical to people who are not doing it. But who are doing it, wonderful, well and good. But they can also come and tell me that they are doing this and how that is benefiting their health, how they have incorporated this walking habit or moving habit in their life. Uh, I do something with my colleagues and nurses when they reach out to me for tips on the burnout or stress. I usually ask them what do they do. For example, in the hospital, an anesthesiologist who gives you anesthesia when you go under the knife, they are having a lifestyle where they go to the operation theater and then they stay by the patient hours and hours because they have to be ready for emergencies that can happen during the surgery, and also provide enough anesthesia and all. So I go and talk to him and then actually ask him what exactly do you do. When he describes all that he does, then opportunities are he can park his car away from the hospital. He can take stays, and also he can take breathing breaks and then walking breaks if he can do that. And then when he's sitting next to them, all the time he doesn't have to sit. He can get up every few minutes and then just limber up your limbs and sit down again. So that kind of thing, I kind of go through their work routine and discover opportunities to be physically active. At the same time, keeping the mind on the things that you are doing so that mind is relaxed. Mind is not going all over. If we allow it to go all over, right? Don't do that. Move the body and keep the mind silent. That is our mantra about the activity. And you will be benefited in so many ways for the body and for the mind. Okay. So, as I'm telling you, these things are done, these talks I'm going to do, that are a multi-platform. That's my style from the beginning. I am on the Instagram and the Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'm also on the Mumbai. Occasionally, I'll be on the Clubhouse too. Clubhouse become too complicated for me, and that's why I'm not. I don't know how to tell everybody that I'm coming on and all that. Occasionally I go there and then I also start on another iPad. Today I did not do. But that's usually like a 6 or 5 channels, I do the same thing. And if you want to reach me, there is a Facebook page. It's called Conquer Burnout. Conquer Burnout. That is my website page. And then if you want to be a member, you go and subscribe. And also, if you have any questions, submit there, and I'll try my best to answer them. And you can also ask for a live meeting there, and then we can just make time and come there too, and then we can talk about things. Okay, I'd love to do that. So, and I think, running a wellness club, NEW club, like that, services for people who need more personal attention to their yoga practice, and also wellness tips and all that. They come there. In the morning, first thing I do that wellness club, and then I come on to the morning routine at 8 o'clock. From now onwards, I'm going to call this. Feel better with the Dr. Rao morning routine, like that. Everything will be under this title, but different things I do, I will put those headings. Maybe I want to talk about some topic, I'll put it there. Okay. So that's about introducing you to the new things, that I'm going to do this style. So anybody has any questions, or does it make sense what I'm talking about? Or do you think is this not necessary? I think it is, because I have a lot of variety of subjects I talk about on earth, on personal self-care and wellness as a whole for the hospitals and the corporations. So different things I talk about. I really think we are spending a lot of money and energy and suffering on the illness part of it, without really addressing being intelligent enough to take over our wellness into our hands, and then use the best of modern medicine, best of ancient wisdom to improve our lot, right? That's what I do. That's what I'm proposing. But not just by believing somebody, but by intelligently thinking about what is the correct nutrition, what is the vital nutrition, what is optimal exercise, what is good quality sleep, and how do you manage your mind. These are the four pillars of wellness: vital nutrition, optimal exercise, quality sleep, and mind management. Okay, these are from the ancient ahara, vihara, achara, vyavahara. Ahara, vihara, achara, vichara. All those four wellness tips were there from the beginning. So if you want to be naturally healthy and well, if you want to have that for a long time, for the long span, and if you want to be having wellness in joy, not just surviving and then taking medications and then having no life, not able to go anywhere, not able to walk, not able to go upstairs, not able to sit down pain free. All those things are, I think we can manage. Some things we cannot help. So somebody need a joint replacement and they have a limp, they have some pain. That's we can help a little bit, but we cannot take it away. But then general healthy people can preserve that healthy for a longer time and live longer healthily well. So that's my mission, and I kind of always working on that, how to make people be proactive about their wellness. What kind of things? I mean, people struggle, to maintain the nutrition. There are a lot of coaches that tell us about it. Take that their recommendations and follow them. So, but I'm like I want to call it integrated health, where all our job, our faith, our religion, and our mental focus, and our heartful service, all these things are combined into what's called integrated yoga. Whatever you do, if you do rather unselfishly and for a bigger cause, that becomes karma yoga, where you don't think I am doing it. You say the divine is making me do through me. Okay. And then if you really believe some force beyond this that is controlling it, be devotional to that. That's another yoga. And then if you really want to help your mind to be focused and here and now, that is the crux of the modern society, information age, lot of information coming. So you want to keep your mind focused, understand how it goes out of whack and how you can bring it back, where you don't have to be thinking all the time. That is the mistake people make. They think I have to think, or no, no, think better, think deeper on the job, and also creativity. And if you have discovered something, that's all there, but not this regular cyclical thought, regular trivial things, gossip, casual interests and all. They are really harmful, because if you learn how to focus your mind and you achieve a lot of quality in your work, obviously you are benefited, right? And also it is very healthy to be focused all the time. The more attention you pay to anything, the more attention in general increases. But if you are distracted with the multitasking, the attention is broken repeatedly, deliberately. That's very bad for your attention. That's why attention spans are going down. Kids have going down. They said the goldfish has a 12-second attention span, and human beings now, on an average, have 9 seconds. So they cannot take a longer talk. They cannot really listen to any podcast that is more than so much. They want everything, profound thoughts also within few seconds. There is a simplicity, there is a brief way to present things, granted. But you don't want to exercise your mind for longer than a few seconds. That is a loss. And for the human creativity, human genuine interest and all that to generate, you got to pay attention. Okay, that's what yoga taught me about being focused on whatever I do, being in the present moment or whatever I do. And at night time, because of that, I have a very beautiful sleep. For even for a few hours, I sleep. The depth of the sleep, the quality of sleep is so good. When I wake up, I'm completely energized. Right? So that's what you want to understand about all this. Okay. So visit that page, Conquer Burnout, if you're interested, and come here and for sure in the morning 8 o'clock. This is the title: Feel Better with Dr. Rao Morning Routine. Suppose I'm coming with something special I want to say. The title will Feel Better with Dr. Rao, and then we're starting sitting. why sitting is too bad for us. So grasp that, employ that in your life, where you are taking breaks from the prolonged sitting. And so I was working from morning till now, and so whenever I was talking, I can sit down, right? And also I can get up after the talk and then go and do everything physical. Okay, so that's about it. And uh, any questions, you can come up or you can send it the DM. That will be good for me to answer all those questions too. One of the things that people are paying attention is the enormous money that's going into our healthcare uh, is really cannot be sustained at that level. Even if you take family budget, if one person is in the hospital, everybody's routine is disturbed completely. They have to take leave, they have to make travel arrangements, they have to travel. There are so many things out of whack, right? So that's why don't you be wise enough to make ourselves such a way that we don't need to get that sick? Accident, fine. Hereditary diseases, that is also there, but then you can manage them better too. The problem with the modern medicine is acute care medicine is very good. Okay, get injured, if you need a surgery or if you need antibiotics, so many good things, so many marvelous things. But it is the chronic diseases that I have a complaint about. First of all, chronic diseases are increasing because we allow forces that increase the chronic disease. We don't restrict the restaurant to give the processed food, and uh, public also doesn't want it, because they just want to eat and make merry and then get lose their health and then suffer. Don't need it. That's what is happening. They allow the tobacco companies still produce cigarettes. People smoke liquor and other drugs, and also there's a lot of restlessness in the society about so many things, right? Racial tensions, a lot of things that go on that are not good for us. We know that. But we allow that and allow the chronic diseases to grow in number. If 1950s randomly maybe 20, 30 people are chronically ill, now it is like a 70%. Anybody you go to any clinic, they will come with at least heart disease, COPD, arthritis, diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia. If you take them, at least three or four of them, everybody has. Their heart is failing. They don't can't breathe very well, and then they have blood sugar problems, blood cholesterol problems. That is why cardiac events. Once they have a stroke and heart disease, they don't know how to come out of it, and lots of them they are not helped also, because for the stroke you need intense rehab, and they don't say. For example, I had a stroke in 2014. I had hemiplegia on the left side, but I prescribed intense rehab for me and then got rid of it. How many people know about that? See, okay, there was a message here. Yeah, he was asking for exercise for. Uh, okay, yeah, he is asking for exercises after the back surgery. Yeah, yoga has this poses that are pretty good. So, Jason, if you want to attend my morning routine tomorrow, I will show those asanas for the back, okay, that you could do safely, right? Today also I did a routine for the immunity enhancement, and also how to improve your muscles that take us to the stage and climb the stage. Some of the adults, after say 60 or some, they develop this muscle also. Like that, if you have the surgery, depends on what kind of surgery, but generally, if you do certain forward bends and backward bends, that's much better. But I'm going to show you a few things that you could do according to your back. You can start and then improvise. One of them right away I can tell you, a cobra pose. But the cobra pose also three different levels you can do. Always start in yoga the very beginning, simple thing. And also the guide is how your body is responding. So don't overdo. Just because you say picture, don't overdo. You have to allow the body to whatever it can do and then take it on. So I could say this is not straining. No pain should be there. This is about training. Meaning what? You make a small goal and then you accomplish that, and then you increase your destination a little bit more goal. Okay, like for example, I say you do the back pose, and I prescribe a cat cow pose. For example, you can sit in the chair like this. I hope you are seeing me physically on the Instagram or on the other channels. You kind of bend your head and neck as you feel the concavity of the lower back and go all the way. And as you breathe out, come down and bring the chin to the chest. Cat cow pose, normally we do it on the floor, but you can do it here and you can find out what it is. And also, you can come to the edge of the seat and extend your knees and just allow your erect back not bending but moving forward so that your hands are on the knees. That's a modified form of what is called Paschimottanasana. That those kind of things are very good. I will teach you those things tomorrow. Tomorrow my assignment would be show some few exercises for the lower back, but do them very cautiously. If you want me to see you, and you have to come on the Zoom, then I can show them to you. Okay, but first try these asanas, simple asanas, then you can. It depends upon what kind of back surgery you have too. Was it because of the now lesion, bone lesion, or what happened? Was there a trauma? Uh, that kind of helps me a lot to prescribe what is appropriate for you. Keep that in mind and then communicate with me. Okay. So yeah, that's the way I want to go about it. I want to be useful for people for their conditions that they have, and that way they can take it up. But if you want a personalized guidance from me, then come and join my wellness club. Then I can see you every day on Zoom and correct you as you are doing it, and also you have access to me personally and other things too. Okay. So that's how we are going to do this. You got to do it with care, with a lot of caution. Okay, you can do a minimal yoga move that doesn't hurt you, or you can do advanced yoga poses that really helps you a lot to come out of this. Take for example Bruce Lee. He injured himself. I don't know why. It was a fight or something. He was injured, and he went to the modern hospitals and they did MRIs and all that. They said he cannot walk again anymore. Then he said, "Okay, I don't want to bother you anymore." And then he went home, and he was put on a 6 months not to get up, anything like that. But he and went into the Chinese medicine, and then he did a lot of. They see he came out with a terrific fighter, and then he did the Enter the Dragon after that. So you can see that you have to be cautious. That's where the modern medicine comes. We can diagnose better with modern image technology, fMRI, MRI, MRA, all those things we can do and see what vessels are involved, what level is involved, what neurology, all those things we can do much better in modern medicine. So don't sacrifice that just because you're a practitioner. You can go and get a correct diagnosis. Obviously, Jason must be having a diagnosis, and that's why they did the surgery and all that. But after surgery, how you come back, you have to be persistent, slow, steady, safe. Okay, that's why I do. When I see them on Zoom, I can see uh, and guide and direct them. So that's something that you could join, and then you can take advantage of a lot of other features that we have. Okay, I'm glad that Jason asked you that question. This is what I'm expecting. Let me know if I know, if I can help you, I will do it. If I don't know, proud, I'll go and study. And I'll really know about them and then come back to you. Huh? Or if you know something that I don't know, come and tell me. No problem. I'm a student forever. Okay. So I'll learn from anybody. But don't expect me to accept you just because you're saying. It will be scrutinized. Like that, you scrutinize my suggestions also. That's the way I train my patients. Even specialists and all that, whatever they say, don't take it. Think about it, consider it, research. Now, with the AI, we have a lot more of that. Okay, there is something called Ask Dr. Gupta. It's not the CNN Dr. Gupta, but the site where people can go and enter their symptoms, enter the, whatever that they ask. Then you will have a working diagnosis, and then you will have more information about your thing, or the least you can have more questions that you can go and ask your doctor. What I would recommend is be savvy about the information on the online, and be savvy about the modern technology that is giving you a lot more information. Get educated, go and learn that. And I learned chat gpt. My wife is now certified in the prompt engineering on my behalf. I told her to go and do it. She did. But a lot of other things I have entered. Maybe I can do some classes on the AI too. I'm sure people who are beginners will appreciate me very much, because I what I learned, I'm going to share. Right? I will do that one time. Okay. Like I now I know what is ChatGPT, what is Cloud 3.5, what is Gemini, all those things, right? And also how to really use them without money and all that they showed me. So I'm involved in AI for business, and I'm involved in growth school. I'm involved in BBS, it is like a business video school, and so many things I'm involved with the AI, with the view of getting the technology work for my patients, work for me, work for all of our friends, so that we can be better users of the technology. Okay, so we will do that back surgery exercises carefully tomorrow. I'll also tell you what you should be doing carefully and what you should not attempt and all that. One thing is, learn to listen to your body. It will tell you a lot more than you think. Okay, don't push it with your mind, but be aware of what it is telling you. If it is telling you I have intense pain, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop it. It is warning you. So then go and have a checkup done, and then find out what's going on, and then act. Okay, yoga practice is not going to reverse organic lesions. Yoga practice is not going to give you miraculous cure just like that. This is a steady, very slow, and deliberate process. Lots of times the feedback that you get from your own body is very important. So you can listen, start listening to your body. You know how you can do in the morning routine? First of all, keep your mind on the breath, right? Always bring the breath to the center, your awareness to the center of the breath. And also feel the tensions, the pain, or whatever that happens in the muscle when you're stretching. For example, I say namaskar mudra, and I say turn towards the left side, and you have some stretch here, and then you feel the pain. You should listen to that and then relieve that. Don't by willpower. That people think, oh, I should be doing. That's a modern gyms, physical therapy, and all. They think they want to push these people, otherwise they won't do enough. That's not the case with this. You see, you don't want to push yourself. You want to ease into it. So that's why this is the tip for today. Listen to your body and know what is correct, what is not, and only do what is correct. Okay, that way it will be better. Okay, you won't get hurt. That's my main thing. Is first, I don't want anybody to get hurt in yoga. Yoga is not if you are having any pain. There should not be any pain. As a matter of fact, your perception of pain and all that will go down. That means your threshold of pain will increase. So that means you can take more pain without medications. But that requires, understanding, training, practice. It takes a long time to do that. Okay. So today, if you remember anything, resolve to listen to your body. If it tells you, I cannot move, I cannot go, listen and stop. If it tells you, I need rest, I need to really take it easy and rest. Those kind of simple things will save a lot of trouble for you down the line. Okay. So, but get a mat if you have one, and then have an empty bowel and bladder, and don't eat anything just before this practice. If you eat like a snack or breakfast, something like that, small amounts, then you can wait for half an hour before you do this. But if you have a full meal, then 1.5 hours that you have to wait before you do the yoga asanas. That's a general rule. So it's always better to do on the empty stomach. Okay, don't drink anything like that. But there are so many ways you can improve the back doing these exercises at any age. See, that's another thing. You can customize these practices for any age, any gender, any kind of uh, weak or feeble or strong body. You can do that to any type of body, I mean to say. So understand all this and approach this like a more like a religion, not Hindu religion. Religion in the sense you are going to be very dedicated and you do this with reverence. And then how the yogis discovered all these things, they study the animals. For example, they saw the leopard. Leopard has that wide stride, and then it can jump and it can run. That agility it has, and they adopted that. And for example, you have neck pain. How the cow carries the neck and the skin underneath, based on that. That was so they study the nature. They understood how the qualities are built, like athletic quality, agility, strength, balance. What kind of animals, what kind of things that you could do with your body that will enhance these qualities. It's not simply strength of body. You can have the strength of, for example, you are standing on one leg and then put your both arms to the front and then lift the other leg back. You stand like that, that will be aerobic activity for your body. If you stand for 10, 15 minutes, your heart will be racing like anything. And you think they are simple. No, no, they can be very athletic too. I do what's called morning time, this yoga jogging, yogic jogging, Um, Surya Namaskar is one of the important things on that. Okay. Anyway, so today nobody wants to come up. Are you getting bored? Or you are not interested in this? What's going on? I come on everybody's talks, but yeah, it would be nice if they communicate with me somehow. What's going on? Are you there? Are you not? Are interested in this? I think this will be service. This will be nice, to come back. Okay, my friend Peter is coming. So I was thinking nobody's there. But anyway, I don't want to go there and somebody want to ask me a question, and that will be good. So whatever. I don't know what happened, Peter. It gives me the the sign. Maybe you have to get out and come back. I don't know. Okay. Somebody asking me how I'm doing. I'm doing very good. Okay. I think now he's coming. Okay. Hi, Peter.
Namaste.
Namaste. What do you think about this idea, this approach?
I got on a little bit late, but I really do like it.
Yeah,
excuse me.
yeah. You make it more practical, more doable, something.
What I did like smoking. I mean, sittings and new smoking. I
Mm.
do have a standing desk,
Yeah,
and I'll split my time up like that.
yeah,
Sometimes I can't pull away from the desk, so I'll just raise it up, stand up, and
yeah.
do my work from there.
Yeah, I also
I
bought
do
one
have,
recently, and
yep,
it took me half a day to put it together, but I did it by
yeah,
myself, and I'm
right,
enjoying it like anything now. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that's good. I yeah, it definitely
yeah,
helps me out. You know,
definitely.
when I'm locked in on calls, and sometimes I'll
Yeah,
have like back-to-back Zoom calls.
yeah,
I'll stand up and do them.
yeah, yeah,
So it's so much better for me. But I do have a reminder
yeah,
on my Apple Watch to
yeah,
stand up.
yeah,
I got it set for like every half hour.
yeah,
Sometimes it goes off. I'm in the middle of, I can't, but I always do it,
yeah,
afterwards as I
yeah.
can. But just good to have that reminder.
Yeah, I have it for years. Apple Watch want me to get up and all that. Even though I'm working all the time, it wants me to get up at this time. I kept it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And I
very
feel a
good.
lot less. I feel a lot less drained. Like I
Yeah,
could work longer. Getting up, standing up, and doing
exactly.
that. When I'm
Yeah,
just sitting all day, man, I'll tell you what. It
yeah,
just, I just feel so drained, and I'm
yeah.
not taking breaks and stuff. So it's important.
There is a reason for that. The standing up can enhance your aerobic activity. Just
Yeah.
because you're standing, your upward pull of the fluids will be much better by the calf muscles and all that. And also,
Yes.
this bending of the hip flexors and all this is not there. So I can talk a lot about that sitting pathophysiology and what
Hmm.
happens. Maybe we should talk about one day, Peter. Then people
That'd be great.
understand. Yeah, people understand why so much in sitting and why these people are promoting all sorts of furniture that is not ergonomic for us and also
Right.
contributing to our illness.
I was so I was so surprised to hear that
Yeah,
about sitting and how bad it is for extended periods
yeah.
of time. And I'm just like, damn.
Now you
I
motivated
just
me to the class. I will do that, so that people
mhm.
know what I know about
Yeah,
bad things
yeah,
about sitting. Yeah.
yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
of
these are
course.
science, not even yoga. Science tells us how the venous rhythm goes down and how the settling that's not good for us. Molecular level
Yeah.
also is not good.
Well, maybe I laugh when I hear that. I'm not laughing at you, but
Yeah,
when they have the just different instruments that come out, and all of a sudden they're proving
yeah,
what the ancients have known forever and have
yeah,
been saying forever.
yeah,
All of a sudden, they want to believe it. Well, it's better late than never. But
yeah.
oh yeah, the medical professionals or science says it's okay, or we can benefit. Let's do it now. It's just
Can I say how I see that simply?
yeah,
What it is?
evolution.
No, no, it's
Hmm.
not that. What it is
Yeah,
we invent technology mostly for outward things.
yeah,
Don't apply that into your inner body, mind, and all that. That's where you
right,
lose it. You can monitor them, but don't
right,
expect Apple Watch to give you aerobic activity.
yeah,
See, that's where the fundamental principle is. See, the people who are developing technology, they want to think that all their mindful problems are, this kind of habits, the creature comforts, they're all good, they think. But actually,
hmm,
they're making the creature comforts much deeper, and
yeah,
thereby our physiology is affected.
hmm,
That is where we have to understand where the role of technology is, where it is kind of causing harm for us.
right,
Like, for example, so much of information is there. Some of them is not relevant to us. Some of them is nonsensical. Well, whoever thinks whatever they say, I have seen so many classes in this app. They mean well. They want to do good, but they're all hocus pocus. Lot of it. They don't know what
right.
they're talking about. Even the
the the
yeah,
yoga ones.
no, not only yoga ones,
Okay,
about
okay.
mind,
My,
about
okay,
emotional intelligence, so many things that they are trying to do on a mechanistic way. See, they are not doing in the sense of what is real, integrated human being way. the medicine is like that, Peter. That's my complaint about medicine is quantum mechanics, quantum physics advanced to the stage where they say we are all energy bodies,
Yeah.
right? Whereas my medicine mostly is still stuck with the specialization. All of that is like a reductionist, mechanistic.
They can't be that ignorant. I mean, I
They
just
are.
think they're
No, it's not ignorant. It's a kind of practices and not have. See how many doctors have this illness, not feeling better, stress, and all the why? Because they practice. They also maintain themselves in a mechanistic fashion.
the same way. The same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
So
they, they practice it and they believe it. I
yeah,
mean,
and
it's
then you know what? They think I'm stupid. What can you do?
yeah. Well, you know what? They're gonna sooner or later they're gonna find out. But I
No, no,
think
they can
I
they
think
can think whatever. But my while I look at it
yeah,
is, I am silent, I am joyful, I am blissful,
right,
I have a
right.
good health. So something is working for me, and then
Of course.
no, it's not me. Centuries people maintained long life, 125 and all that. So
Yeah.
it is not wise to not to look at it at least, and then examine it,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
really scrutinize it, and then apply it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do as a chief wellness officer in the right institution. I want to gather data on these practices much more. There are already so much data there.
Mhm.
1,700 papers are there on yoga.
Yeah.
But what it is we need to show the evidence so that people can adopt it safely.
Do you have any teaching hospitals around you,
Yeah,
Dr. Rao?
yeah.
You,
I'm a
so
teacher
what
continuously. Yeah, University of
what
Iowa. Yeah.
they would respond to that? I mean, I'm guessing. I don't
No, no. The general tendency is they kind of look at in a narrow-minded way. This is the only correct. And the most important is they are restricted by the revenue model.
Right.
Because if they don't allow these orthopedic surgeries to go, if they don't allow the cath lab to go and all that, then they would survive. Lots of hospitals are like that. But there's
Right.
progressive people who are in the forefront of the scientific thinking. They know this model is not working for us.
Yeah.
In the terms
Yeah.
of look at the chronic diseases, how many are there? Look at the debility that people have because of chronic disease.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm an example of the reverse. You can get sick, but you can bounce back with these measures much better.
Yes.
Whereas
Yes.
they, like Dr. Kulsu, who had a stroke on 2014, according to their own static medicine, I would have been nursing home in 6 months, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
It's that serious. Anybody who has a stroke, 60% of them, 6 months later, they are not there.
That's
See
that's
that, yeah, that's all because of poor rehab. you know
yeah.
they what they do is half an hour they pay for the physical therapy,
Mm.
right? In the half an hour she will come, she will talk, and she will do something else, and she will tell you things, but then your job is to go and do that as much as you can. First to
Yeah.
do some rest and do, but then keep at it. What I made them do, I made them put on a treadmill with a gurney.
Hmm.
So I'm hanging with a gurney on the left side, but I'm trying to move with my right hand. They all thought I was
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
But within a week, I walked.
See, it's
That's what I'm
amazing.
saying. It's so
That's
injustice
amazing.
to the patients not
Yeah.
to be responsible about it. That's how I feel. I have to be
Yeah.
responsible to the suffering of my fellow human beings and present the data that is correct.
Yeah.
If they are saying something out of their own ignorance, I don't have to care about it.
Yeah.
They
I
get
mean,
very angry when I say, because they want to throw their degrees at me. I say I have superior knowledge than these degrees. I
right.
look at me, how I'm feeling, how I'm experiencing life, how I'm
Yeah.
contributing to life.
And your energy too.
Yeah,
Your workaday energy
yeah,
just off the charts. So
yeah.
because you
I,
do a
I
lot.
I have this
You do a
phenomena
lot of.
called ever renewing energy. That means my energy doesn't get depleted. It
Yeah.
renews itself, Peter.
Right. 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 Yeah. that's absolutely I'm smiling
You
because
know,
that's so
so,
correct.
so
I've been there. I'm not quite there yet, but I
yeah,
know how
you
to
know,
do it.
some of my people, like my wife and kids, they get annoyed when I'm so energetic at the end of so many things. How is that it goes on like this? You don't eat that much either, but how is that it go on like this? This is how we understand our mind and don't allow it to rob our energy.
Right, right.
Krishnamurti taught me this. He said, most of the time, if you take one day, Peter,
Mhm.
we deplete our energy with unnecessary thinking or negative thinking or
Right.
continuous cyclical thinking.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm in awareness and use the thought when I need and then stop it. I'm talking to Peter. I want to express something. I use the thought to express to you. But
Right.
after this is over, I don't have to go on thinking about it.
Yeah.
That is the trick you want
We're,
to learn where to use the thought properly, where not
right.
to.
We're taught so differently. Like,
Yeah,
okay, you have low energy, you probably need to eat.
yeah.
And no, you need to change your thoughts. You need to change some of the other things.
Yeah. Now, what you eat
Because
important, how you metabolize is important. That's where yoga
yeah,
contributes a lot. How you can metabolize. For example, you've taken one biscuit, right? If you are a yoga practitioner, where what you do, you chew very well, you
of
savor it.
course,
That's why your
of
system
course.
accepts it as something pleasurable, and
Yeah,
then you eat only when you are hungry. You don't force upon your own habit on the natural process.
yeah,
You don't interfere the nature. Then what happens is, because you are doing the deep breathing, your oxidation levels are pretty good, and your metabolism is also pretty good because your stretches and everything, they take the exercise to the ultimate. So the demand happens there because you are involved in the periphery things also. Then those periphery areas demand oxygen, and this oxygen blood goes there because you are assuming the postures.
yeah,
That way,
yeah.
your cells, all of the cells will take up and they metabolize better.
Hmm.
I'm telling you very simply, but there's so much chemical things there. But I'm telling you like a layman, you know, so that
Yeah,
we can understand what's going on. Why these stretches of the martial arts or yoga or anything like that is because they go to the corners we are not using. The muscles
yeah.
you never knew that were there, they are recruited.
It's just right.
Like somebody asked me a question about the low back surgery. Tomorrow, the stretches I'm going to show you tomorrow, you will see how minute level they go.
Hmm.
But you cannot do that all of a sudden. You got to reach the capacity. Like, you cannot build a 50-pound dumbbell one time. You cannot lift it. You have to start with 10, 20, 30, like that.
You have to build up.
Yeah, the yoga is like that too. Understand each pose has a base, beginner, middle, advanced.
Right. Yeah.
Each pose, even standing.
I know
So
that's why I use my blocks in a chair a lot of times.
yeah, yeah,
Because just because I'm not used to that and my
yeah.
balance is not
Now the
the
props are
same
good.
basis.
Props are
Yeah.
good. That allows us to. The only thing is, don't drive these things with your mind. Allow the
Right.
body to grow into it.
Yeah.
That's where the listening to the body is because very important for us to not only get the maximum, but also not to get hurt in the process.
See what you're saying. See, okay, so here's the deal. Like what you're saying makes such complete sense to me, right? And you
Yeah.
would think like, with such an educated society and such a logical society and a so-called science-based society, like we would be doing this. We would be applying this. And not only that, we would have it as physical education, part of the PE curriculum for kids at a young age.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not do that? That's just
There is a mechanism for this. What it is the one who is thinking at depth and wants fundamental answers, those
yeah,
are real scientists. They
okay,
break through with a insight and they develop something that you will want to understand, right? But
right,
then the insight is taken, made into a product or whatever. Those people
mhm,
don't have that kind of preview to that insight. They market it just so that they can make money and all of that. Even medical
Yeah.
care has
Yeah.
become like that.
Of course it has.
Yeah, that's why they don't care about the smoking, they don't care about the restaurant food, they don't care of the inactivity and all that. They promote it
Yeah.
rather because so that people will get more sick and then make money on their suffering. That's generally what is happening. What I am saying is wise up. You are intelligent enough. You have education enough that where you can wise up and look at these things with a critical mind and then question it and go into it, find out the truth of a matter, and then apply in your life. That is proactive wellness. Peter, are you trying to come back or you're done? Maybe he's busy. Okay, okay, there he is. Okay. So that is what is happening. It is the intermediaries. It is the people that want to use the technology for the nefarious purpose. Not they don't think like that, but then they are basically never thinking about how much of morbidity there in the society, how many people are losing quality of life, how much real suffering is there. Somebody like
Yeah.
me, I see that.
Of course. Of course you do.
Yeah, when they come with a crippled joint, they cannot walk. I want to make them at least move a little bit so they feel better. They
Yeah.
just leave some medications and they leave it, but then they never. For example, Iowa area, right, where I work in, lot of farmers, right? They have these joints very important for them to do a lot of stuff farming, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I kind of make sure that they all do head to toe yoga. It
Mm.
has no equipment. You just have to know the routines and then do them. And the more you do it, the more your lubrication of the joints happens, synovial fluid, and that's why your further arthralgia or bone formation, they are all kind of minimized.
Are they doing it? Do
Yeah,
I mean?
they do because they come
Okay.
for occupational hazard.
Right.
That's why
Right.
they need to do them, otherwise they cannot do their job.
Yeah.
They do that because they are not given medications, they are not given injections by me. They may be getting
Hmm.
from the rheumatoid person. I don't interfere with that because they have to make the decision between the patient and the
Yeah.
other doctor. But what I do
Right.
is add this lifestyle to whatever you are doing. This lifestyle will minimize chronic complications. Eat right,
Right.
move.
Yeah.
What is harm in that? It's a kind of, you see, we think we know a lot, but we don't know. We are implementing only partially.
Yeah.
You see, we're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
dumb or unintelligent. It's a question of being influenced by it and also not taking responsibility for our own wellness. That is what I'm promoting. Be proactive about your wellness.
Yeah, and I think that's drilled into your head, like
Yeah,
especially here in the States, like from childhood, you
yeah,
are basically hypnotized into this,
yeah,
and you don't know any better. So you're an adult, and guess what you do? You
yeah,
do the same thing with your children, and then it keeps repeating
yeah,
itself. But hopefully, it's starting to turn the corner. I think people are starting to wake up and
yeah.
become more aware. I know I wasn't
Now, many
at
doctors of
one
my
time.
my friends, colleagues in on this app, I don't think they get it.
Right.
They think, oh, I'm following system, I'm really learning the scientific medicine, I'm doing it, but they don't see the implementation of the truths of the scientific research is not dissipating to the patients themselves.
Okay, so I have a theory. My
Mm,
theory is this.
mm.
Do you remember when you told me about I think it was a certain village it might have been India, whenever it was, and either there was a doctor or a shaman, and he was healing people and ended up cutting his hands off or something like that?
No, no, these people
Did
are
you ever?
Nadi Pravina, they call. What it is when I'm teaching you breathing and all that, I'm
Mhm.
aware of the energy channels. There's so much in that pranayama, but I don't have the time to explain to people, and also they
Right.
will be bored with that. But then people who are interested, I talk to them. What they used
Yeah.
to do is this energy that is transmitted is called prana in
Of
Indian
course.
medicine. and
Yeah.
also this chi in the Chinese medicine. The same thing, the same energy is going through. They give different names for the channels. They call them nadis. They are not seen because it's like a electricity going to the wire, and you can't see it. You know the effect of it when it lights up, right? Like that, our prana nadis are all there, and this nadi pravina means nadi expert, the energy channel expert. He
Yeah.
knows way to apply pressure, like acupressure, and then he knows how to manipulate the energy that is blocked in your system. And then suppose you go to him with a tummy ache, he
Yeah.
knows way to apply pressure on the hand or somewhere, and then you will relieve your pain. Not only relieve the pain, he cure you too. So he was very popular with the villagers because those were famously ancient wisdom, Peter. They were not
Yeah.
charging patients. They all did out of their heart.
Of course.
I'm really fascinated by it from the beginning, and I want to go there as much as possible. That's why I give my services almost free for most of the people. But then those people were not restricted by anything like that. And then they were always giving this free treatment. That's why the religious took to these people.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
they said, this man is like a god for us. And because Britishers, they didn't want these people to have such enormous political power, they chopped their hands off because they operate with their hands, with the
That's what
fingers.
I'm. That's exactly what I was referring to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was, I went pretty deep into this ancient wisdom thing. So
Yeah.
some of the things I discovered.
But it's yeah, it's that same. But it's that same. I don't know what I want to call it here. It's that same spirit, and it's not a good one, that's alive and well today because it's the same thing. They look at ancient medicine
Yeah,
as some just some that's nice and that doesn't work. That's what they used to do years ago. And why would you want to heal yourself with herbs? It doesn't work, and that's such
yeah.
a
That's an
grind job
ignorance.
that's been done, especially in this country. It really is.
But if you look at the founding fathers, many scientists, they all appreciate that. You see, whoever is into the truth business, they
Right.
always want to investigate and find out the truth. Once they find the truth, they don't care all this noise.
Right.
The thing is, there are also people who elevated these things without any knowledge into something like a money making snake oil thing.
Yeah.
So people have to deal with that too. That's why we have these regulatory bodies that make medicines safe for everybody. That kind of thing. FDA and all
Of
that.
course.
There's a reasonable assumption about that. That's a good too. But then these ancients had thousands of years of experience with the real ancient wisdom medicine. That
Yeah.
is that is where you have to go. That means I have to spend my own time. I have to spend resources and study. Now what I'm doing, whatever I learned, I'm trying to share with people.
That's good.
Yeah,
Is it because you have thousands of years, right?
yeah, thousands of years
And
behind us.
then
Yeah,
you have the system that we live in today. It's only
yeah,
a couple hundred years old, and then the pharmaceutical industry in this
yeah,
country is less than 100 years old.
yeah. And also
And
it has been corrupted. You
of
see,
course it has. The system
that's
is soaked in
yeah,
corruption.
yeah,
It was built from day one to
yeah.
to to corrupt.
Can you imagine people of insurance companies dictating health to Americans?
Yeah,
They
I
are
have to
money
imagine.
managers. They don't care about your health. That's why I'm telling,
Yeah,
don't give it away to anybody. Be proactive about your
yeah.
wellness by
You really have
yourself.
to be.
Yeah,
You really have to be,
yeah.
especially today because there's so much information out there. There's
Yeah.
free apps like this where you can hear conversations like this and
Do
just get
you think
information about it.
this app also appreciates what I'm getting at?
Yeah, how can you not?
No,
If you
only
have,
only few
listen,
friends like you, really
no, no, no,
appreciate
no,
it.
no, 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 no. So if you have the capacity to understand language,
Yeah,
then you can understand what Dr. Rao is saying, and it
yeah,
makes sense to you because you keep it so simple in such layman terms. You don't come up here and speak like you would speak to a colleague. You
Yeah,
speak to me and others so we can
yeah.
understand it,
No, that's the
right?
minimum we have to do because we cannot go with scientific or ancient terms without
Yeah,
making it relevant to their daily life. Then how could
right.
they get it? The idea is
Yeah,
they adopt these things in their own life and then improve their lot.
right.
That's when I'm happy. We himself, like somebody asks me about back surgery. Tomorrow I'm going to show a few people who have back surgery. They understand what is involved and what they should do, and if they get relief, that's it. That's my payment.
And I think that for me, like the biggest takeaway is exactly what you say, like educate yourself,
Yes,
because like the
involve.
system, like
Yeah,
you talk about the FDA, right?
yeah.
And the ingredients that they're allowed to put into so-called food here in the States, it's illegal in the European Union or in other countries around the
Yeah.
world because it's not food, it's chemical
You know,
food.
FD used to be so
Yeah,
pure. They would not have these board members that have interest in these products. Now companies or medical companies or drug companies, they are putting their own people on the FDA. How can they police themselves?
they can't.
That's what
They
is
can't.
happening. The people are not aware of
I
it,
know.
but I know about it.
I know too. It's but that's what happens every
Yeah,
day, and that's how the cycle perpetuates. and
yeah,
and
yeah. At least I'm doing my what I feel like my duty, Peter. You know, bringing up this awareness, and then people can get involved and anything like that, political awareness or ecology, anything is like that, right? We have to raise our awareness of what's going on.
of
And
course,
I definitely say acute care medicine, modern medicine is very good, but when it
hmm,
comes to allowing the chronic disease to grow, allowing the chronic disease outcomes to less, and then complications, and thereby after certain age, if you are not a productive person and all that, like for example, I'm 70 years old, right? I'm
yeah,
actively involved in so many things, but a lot of my age group people are dying or in the nursing homes.
fine. I've seen them.
Yeah. So
I
that
mean,
is too tragic for me because you don't need to do it if only adjust to some of the lifestyles. But that
but
requires a discipline, that requires a real insight into what's going on and able to resist all these temptations. That's a lot for a lot of people.
right.
That's where you have to come from inside out.
Dr. Rao, you mentioned what's it, Sutsun? Is it? Am I saying that right?
Satsang.
Sut- Yes. Are you?
Yeah.
If you have a talk about that, I remember you spoke about it a while back, and
Yeah, what it is there are people who are casually interested. There are people deep study and then really go into the depth. Right? As I told you, they can't keep up with me even the hours that I can talk about this thing. But the people who are really interested, I don't need to motivate them. So
right,
that kind of people, like I think you are one of them too. That kind of
right,
people, they come and they pose questions and they allow me to go into the depth.
yes,
And also,
right,
usually, it's not my depth that matters. It is their depth, how much they want to go.
right.
Then, for those people, I put a, what is called satsang.
So
It's a morning 7 o'clock on Saturdays. Few
oh,
people,
okay. You're
yeah,
doing that.
a
Okay,
few people come, and I do it kind of rather privately because if you open for the room,
I understand.
different people come and they innocently ask questions. They take you away from the depth that you are going in.
I love how you said like everybody approaches it
Yeah,
without any preconceived ideas, without
yeah.
any agenda, and you just show up.
Yeah, that
And
that is the ancient dialogue, which is also
right,
Socrates and other people have done that too. What they did was they freed your intelligence from the limitations of I know this is the way. From that to why it should be that way? Why can't be certain way? Let me explore and open up your intelligence, which invites tremendous inflow.
yeah,
And then out of that intelligent questioning you try to go to the depth of the subject. Like I said about the sitting, it's not just not good is enough. It's how it makes difference at the cellular level.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
then people have a good idea, then they understand, okay, this is what it is. Sooner or later, they will start getting up and walking.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah, that's why it's a depth of thinking that if I want to go really deep, those settings are good.
Yeah.
That's also I don't go by myself because self knowledge is
Mhm.
something, and helping our friends to take the route is another thing. Okay, they
Yeah.
don't have to explore as deep as I want to. Like I don't want to explore somebody else, like a Sadananda. I told you the 180-year-old yogi I can
Yeah.
listen
Yeah.
to, and
Yeah.
he takes me to depths unbelievable. So there's so much more knowledge there, Peter. But the arrogance of the scientific
Hmm.
community, this is what we call the
Yeah.
scientificism. There's a name for that. They think
Always good.
they know everything, but these kind of depth discussions require that you realize you don't know anything. Basically, that is the attitude. If you come, then you can go into the depth.
To me, how can you grow without that type?
Yeah.
Like, how can civilizations, or how in any
Well,
any
they keep up.
capacity?
Like for example, you have Tesla car, and you have
Right.
my Toyota. There's a vast difference of the technology, how that operates, and this one. People may not even have an idea, but they want to use that.
Hmm.
They don't know how the Elon Musk technology evolved. Only few
Right.
people are involved. Not everybody wants to know that. They just want to use it. You know
They want the benefits of it. I
Yeah, this
understand
is
that.
the
I
same
understand
thing.
that.
Many people are not interested in how our inner dimension work. They just want to feel good, feel happy, feel peaceful. But if these are something subjective, so somebody cannot give you the key and go and do that. You got to open the key and you got to open a lock and everything. That is it's called qualia, subjective experience. It's way different than what it is with other people. So if you have the qualia, then it's all your work. It's not my work. I think, as a Mabel, I think I was talking to her the other day. I was telling an example, Peter. I think you will appreciate this. Suppose
Hmm.
we both are in a dark room, right? And I happen to be closer to the switch where the light is, and you are behind me a couple of steps, right? I can go and switch on the light, but the light is not for you, for me. It only lights up within me. You got to walk to the steps and you have to light up again.
So yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
is what the difficulty is. Where everybody wants, you tell me, I may listen to you, I may do it, but I don't do the hard work that is involved.
So, why do you do that? It's
Yeah.
like a mic.
No energy, no energy, no inquisitiveness, no
Yeah.
reaching
Yeah.
out to the thought and all that. They may think, like, for example, you are interested in ADHD, somebody else may not be interested because they don't know what it is. That
Right.
kind of thing. Is it? If you don't know the inner bliss,
Mm.
real serenity, and all that, see, that is the thing, Peter. People don't know the taste of the eternity.
Right.
But that is, I can tell how it is, but I cannot give it to you.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
find it yourself by walking to it.
That's right.
That is missing.
That's right.
Many of the these spiritual practitioners are they want to do some energy management and all, but they don't allow these people to work on their own to reach that top.
Well, because they couldn't sell courses, and
Yeah.
I mean, if they
you know
if
how
you
many people
gave the
I
truth.
saw, how many people
Yeah.
I saw, they come and learn something simple and they go and open a shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is
Yeah.
tragedy because what you gain just by going inward within yourself and
Hmm.
discovering that diamond, I say all the time, that's kind
Sure.
of. I say there's a story on this. There's this fisherman who was kind of washing his clothes, and he found this beautiful stone, you know. Then he thought, oh, this is looks unusual. This is very beautiful. Maybe let me see if my friend will buy it from me. He's a very poor man. So that other guy said, oh, yeah, it looks good. I'll give you 10 rupees. But by some luck, the fisherman says, no, let me go out to somebody specialist, and goes to the diamond merchant and shows him. And he says,
Yeah.
this is the biggest diamond I have ever seen. I will give you like $1 million for that.
Right.
See, you can miss like that.
Yeah.
If you go to the people who are struggling with that, see, ask them first question: how do you feel inside of us? Do you have the silence? Do you have the serenity? Do you feel bliss? Are you experiencing them without being egotistical about it?
Right.
That itself
Right.
is the reward for you.
Yeah.
And then immediately, you don't have to be approved or appreciated, anything like that. It is there, choicelessly there, but we kind of cover up with all sorts of clothes.
Yeah.
And then these people start like, I am the expert, I'm going to show you the way, give me money. That's
Right.
going on for years. But then real wisdom is there, Peter, available free.
Of course it is. Of course it
It's
is.
available within you.
Of course.
Take a
Of course it
journey.
is.
Yeah, take a journey within and then find out.
Yeah.
And
Love it.
then it will be like a real big deal. People can uh, really, that is the achievement of the human spirit. We are capable of that intelligence. We are capable of the realizing that. That's why ancient said, as a human being, your purpose in life is turn inward and realize who you really are,
Yeah.
not what your mind says. Beyond, go beyond that,
Mhm.
and then you will find that screen on which this movie manifestation happens,
Yeah.
but not the screen is affected by it.
Yeah.
But if people are too involved, and then Americans are, you want to everything like a practical in the sense of what? Something to live by in this life. But the ancients, beyond that,
Right.
thoughtless state, serene state, blissful, that is possible for the humans.
Of
We
course it
have,
is.
yeah,
Of
I
course it
mean,
is.
that's not encouraged. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
They think I'm foolish because one neurosurgeon that I know said, you are giving away thousands of dollars worth of things. She actually said this to me. You are giving away everything. You are giving away everything free and other. And then she had a shop set up where they have to pay so much money to do stuff and all that. We also have services. Whoever comes. I don't force anybody. The thing is, are you enamored by these short-term pleasures, or are you enamored by the eternity?
Yeah. And we both know the answer to that.
Yeah.
And this not I'm not talking poorly about anybody,
Mm.
because in the absence of what happened to me, I went to probably would have, I
Yeah,
might not have come to the realization
that's
that
true.
I've come
That's true.
through doing. But
But you know what? If you take the panoramic view of the human history,
yeah.
the ancient times, irrespective of the country, so many countries, right? They kind of reached their pinnacle of the top. And then this modern so-called outward progress, mechanical progress happened, and then
Yeah.
we lose that inner development because we think outward is everything.
Yeah.
That's the progress what happens. So what it is for me, common sense is, if somebody had done very exceptional work and then it is there, I should be listening to that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should follow right away. Listen,
Right. At
then
least listen.
investigate,
Right.
and then
Right.
question it. See, these three methods they talk about in Advaita Vedanta, I like them very much. First, Shravanam, that means listen.
Right.
Listen with an open mind. Don't have conclusions of it. Listen, intellectually available. Second thing is Mananam. Reflect on it, question it, doubt it, till your bones are really there.
Right.
And then once you discover the truth, once you understand that is the truth, all your doubts are refreshed. People don't have the patience there. That is the work you
Right.
need to do. And third one is nididhyasana. That means allow the truth you discovered to operate in your life.
Mm.
For example, meditation. They said meditation is for those minds that are scattered, and meditation for those who think they have the mind.
Yeah.
But suppose you are not the mind, you are the being behind the mind, and you stay there. You don't have a mind to have to meditate. You are in that thoughtless state.
Hmm.
This is the meditative awareness. For
Right.
that, you have to do what's called manonasha, understanding that the mind, thoughts, everything is my mind. That is dissolution, not by destruction of it, but by understanding and transcending that that's not me. They are just thoughts come and go.
Right.
So there is no meditation, only awareness. I don't
Yeah.
meditate. I tell people how to sit down and calm themselves down. I don't have to meditate. I just be in that
Right.
awareness. That's such a blessing.
It is. It is. It really is. I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
And I share very openly with you. Like I'm not always there. I know how to access it,
yeah, yeah,
and I pull a halt to it. But
yeah,
the part of it I have to practice is
yeah.
the part of me realizing again, Pete, go home. Be
There's something
simple.
remarkable that I heard. Don't think, just be.
Mhm.
Don't meditate, just be. You are already that.
Right.
Realize something already there, that is be. Just be.
Right.
Then no meditation, no thoughts, nothing. I can use the thoughts and stop it. That's what I'm saying. Be in
Right.
awareness all the time and then use the thought when you need to.
Yeah.
And after that can create marvelous things. But then don't identify them as you. That's all.
Right.
If I have a car, I can have attachment to it. I can have thing. I may think this car is me. How stupid that is.
Right.
Like that, our
Well.
mind and thoughts are objects to our subjective self.
Right.
That's why in the morning routine, I introduce the concept of observing the thoughts.
Yeah.
I can do everything for them right there, but at least if they are observing the thoughts, at least they understand they can create the gap.
Yeah.
But if you look at most of the friends, they are operating through the mind all the time through the mind, and you got to really transcend that. Then only you will realize that energy. So, okay, I think we talked like 1.5 hours now. So if anybody has any other questions, come up. Otherwise, we will take leave for today. And then look for this title, look for these talks, and then you can always come prepared for them. Only thing is, I don't know what time I usually can do because people who are seeking my help gets the priority, and these talks next priority. So I don't do it on a regular time except the morning routine. I think I can incorporate that in that too. I think something happening with your connection, Peter. That orientation is coming. You're not able to get through probably. Get out of the app and come back. Maybe that will be good. Peter and me usually have meaningful talks and discussion, and he brings out a lot of things I normally otherwise would not open up, and that's good. that is the kind of practice and the satsang we do. In the satsang, ancient times, what they used to do, they did not gather for transactional thing. So, like a meeting that I go to, everybody has their services. They want to give me their card. So, normal, right? A modern business life. But then these people, when they gathered just to explore the truth of anything, right? They don't have an agenda also. So they come there with no preconceived notions, no
Yes.
concepts, nothing, and they allow their intelligence to probe into anything. So you better can come and ask me, why are these drug companies are like this? He is not accusing anything. He is pointing to a fact that has reduced to this. Then we don't want to judge them. We want to understand what is behind human
Yeah.
greed and like that. We explore things, Peter. And at the end of it, what happens is you really see the truth of the matter by yourself,
Right.
not because I am telling or somebody else telling, they think I am the authority, I'm telling you. No, they pose a question from their own intelligence in the perceiving mode, and you perceive it not from your memory, not from your images, but with the presence of what is it that is talking about. And then
Yes.
your mind responds to it with intelligence.
Right.
That's where the intelligence, both of them join together to create something that is coming out.
See, to me, that is love. Like that's a
Yeah,
manifestation
yeah,
of what love really is,
yeah.
not this Greco-Roman idea of romance and all the other stuff like that.
No, no, that is
To
love.
me, what you just spoke about, it's love.
Yes.
That's what comes to mind.
Yeah, that's the love
That's what comes to
because
mind.
there is no personal ego or personality, anything like that, or not.
Attachments. Yeah.
Yeah, no observer, nothing like that. And once
Right.
you understand that observer we bring in through our life, you kind of dissolute that by understanding then that you are in love.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
exactly true, Peter, what you pointed out.
Yeah.
So we gather in love, we learn in love, we share in love, and we depart in love.
Beautiful.
That is satsang.
Beautiful. Well, namaste, my friend.
Yeah.
Gosh, I really appreciate you. I have to
Yeah.
bounce
Thanks
for a
for
minute.
coming up, Peter. You
No,
really
thank
got
you,
a
Dr.
lot of
Rao.
points out of me. That's good.
Namaste, my
Yeah.
friend.
Namaste. Bye bye. I will close the room now and then I will talk to you guys again. Okay. I'll be coming whenever I have time. Okay. Bye bye.